like, I don't know, I think we were doing like the monthly or something, and I didn't use it, and then like it got past the like return date, and then I tried the camera and it never worked. Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah. So maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign from the gods saying, maybe don't.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking of possibly getting an upgrade to my camera. So,
Ooh, fun.
meanwhile, I'm thinking of possibly getting an upgrade to my camera. So, to actually look at stuff though. So,
All right, so we are live. Welcome to the night. So we are live. Welcome to the night. So live. Welcome to the night. So alrighty. So last time we jumped right in to the game. I do want to pause for a moment, and I want you to tell me. Take a look at your character's actions page, inventory, whichever one, and tell me about your favorite weapon. Tusk, I and the rest of the group pretty much know about your favorite weapon, but maybe you'll surprise us. Who knows? I want to start with you, Tusk. What is your favorite weapon? What does it look like? Why is it your favorite?
well, my favorite weapon is fairly obvious. It is Bronze Tusk, which is a great axe that is an enchanted great axe made out of bronze. That is has a little bit of filigree. It's a very large, double-sided great axe. Has some kind of teeth designs along where the blades are, and then has some inscription on it. That reads in Orcish for blood and glory. Also, kind of in the center of the blade is now a gem that kind of crackles with thunder that kind of goes along the blade. It is mostly my favorite weapon because it's a weapon that I made over the course of the campaign. Tusk is a bit of a smith, so when we came across this bronze statue way back in the beginning campaign, I took it and forged it into this great axe with natural 20, so it was really nice. And then later had it enchanted because he ain't no magic man. Yeah, personally, that is probably my greatest thing for it, is that I've worked very hard to both make it and then build it over time, like my own very special weapon. Which is why he always gets mad whenever it gets like stolen or something. Though, fun in the game.
He has gone on rampages when the axe gets stolen. I'm just putting it out there.
Which unfortunately has happened twice. Trying an enchantment to try and prevent that didn't help.
All right, and what about Kithri?
I wouldn't say Kithri is particularly attached to her rapier. She was probably more fond of her sling. Her rapier to her is more of a tool than something like super special. On the other hand, like her sling is, I don't know, just holds more fond memories for her. So, Magic Bane is likely her favorite. Or the Mage Bane, well, that's what it's called.
And what does the Mage Bane do besides throw rocks?
I can use it to cast Dispel Magic and Counter Spell. And when I hit a spellcaster with it, it gives them disadvantage on their Constitution saving throw with that hit.
Very cool. And you also have some neat ammunition for it as well.
Which I never use because I'm a hoarder.
That's right. Reach the boss battle, which we just had, as a matter of fact. And Still had all the ammunition and still never
I'm
used it.
sorry.
I feel I've done that myself many times. All right, and Krek.
I mean, doesn't really use weapons. Just uses magic.
Well, do you have a spell focus? Or do you have like a favorite component, spell component?
Jeez.
Yeah, that bat
Is a weapon.
guano is his near and dear to his heart.
You say that, but I literally don't even have Fireball learned, so.
No, I would say lightning is your favorite weapon.
Lightning, yeah.
Yeah.
So why is that?
No. Just thematic. I don't. Just think everyone always uses the fire spells. And the only other spell that has like a lot, or the only other element that has like a lot of spells to it is like electric or lightning, so chose that.
Very well. Very nice. And a lot of your spells are electric based, and we've also worked together to improve Witch Bolt, for example. So it seemed to work out really well. I think there's more control with a lightning bolt, even though because it has a longer range. Yeah, it doesn't have a big blast effect, but you can travel. It can travel a lot farther and hit more people depending on how well you aim it and things like that. So
How well
more
the enemies are
controlled.
grouped.
Exactly, and you can shoot around your friends. So even if they're engaged on like a fireball, you can strategically point a lightning bolt in the right way. All right, and so that leaves us with Miss Genesis.
And as always, I don't have a straight answer for you. So when you ask the question, like, oh yeah, what's Jen's favorite weapon? Like, I was like, oh yeah, that's obvious. And then like I thought about it a little bit, and doing the good old role playing, and yeah, she handmade her flute, and there's Wolverine's bite, which is awesome. But I think her favorite weapon, which she doesn't use as a weapon, is Bronze Fang, which is the ornamental dagger that Tusk made for everybody in the party.
Oh.
I don't know. I think everybody in the party just means so much to her, and like with the added bonus of saving us from doppelgangers. I don't know. I think it just means a lot to her. Like, I was gonna say, like, your kid's drawing, like, you put it on the refrigerator, but obviously, like, a friend made this thing thinking of her, and, like, I think that's her favorite weapon.
Very nice. All right, so
Most people get friendship bracelets. Tusk gets friendship daggers.
I mean,
I think Kit 3 approves of friendship daggers.
dude, like, if anybody ever proposes to me, I definitely want them to do it with a knife, like with a pretty ass knife. Like, that's the good stuff.
alrighty. So speaking of weapons, you guys have your weapons drawn and your spells ready. I would also say Genesis uses her music as a weapon, sometimes even her words as her weapon.
If she can think of good enough insults.
That's right. There was one guy used the other day. Says, "What are you gonna do for your face when the monkey wants his butt back?"
I've heard that one.
All right, so Kithri had just gone through and was checking the door for traps as Tusk was like rattling the doors like, "Oh, did you want to check this door first?" And that is where we left. You guys had come up from the bottom after running away the hag, trying to destroy her apparatus, and you came up through the burning keep. The 2 levels to get here, it was barren, a little tumbleweed blowing through. Nobody was here, no sign of anybody. You came back up and out, and finally made your way over to the eastern building that you had left unexplored when you went down below. And as we had talked about last time, your main reason for being here is still undiscovered.
True.
That's fair.
All right, so what would you guys like to do?
I think Kip should probably go first before we barge through this door that might have traps.
Just gonna look at it.
Oh, there's a door here.
Yeah.
Surprise! You poor, poor blind child.
I know what that's like with the other campaign.
Must have been hell last week.
At least
You can only see what's
at least Craig has more than 5 feet around him, so
yeah. I can only see what's right next to me.
Did you want me to give you a investigation check in the tower, Sven?
I did. I just pushed it to you.
Okay.
All right, so you are almost positive there are no traps on this door.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Okay. She kind of gestures for Tuss, like, go ahead. Don't see anything wrong.
She checked the door for traps, but not for the tripwire on the other side of the door.
So Tusk will open the door then and go through.
But is the door a push or pull?
That's the important thing.
Gonna say
Because if it's a
push.
put, well then how is there a tripwire there? Wouldn't it just get set off when the door is open instead of when somebody steps into it?
You can have like a higher clearance underneath the door. I love that this is the thing we're debating about.
And while Genesis and Correct debates the presence of a tripwire, Tusk goes into the other room.
All right, so you can see this has arrow slits going out, and there is it opens up into a small room. There's not appear to be any exits out of this room, but like I said, it sort of juts out. If you look out some of the arrow slits, you can see that it's jutting out over the edge. To the north and south, there are little patches of land, but to the east, it's nothing but lava. And then off in the distance, you can see where this secret little. I don't know the actual geographical term for a hidden valley within a mountain range, but you can see the mountains off in a distance where that ends. But again, it's mostly lava, and it is not this. Who was it? Here it is. So Krek, for once, beat out Genesis. So Krek, as you're looking around, you notice there's dust in this room that hasn't been touched in a while. It's one of the few rooms in this whole keep that looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. There's ash in here that's come from the lava on occasion and stuff, on the windowsills and where the arrow slits are and stuff. It looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
I'll say it doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a while.
Until now.
All right. And let's go check the other rooms. See if we can find where that hag went.
Jen kind of makes her way around the room, just looking out all the arrow slits. Not for like any particular purpose, but just to see what it looks like around.
So the only difference is I should have given light to the lava, but there was enough issues right now with
Nah, the map takes long enough to
the
load
map.
anyway.
Exactly. Didn't need to add more things, but you do see the smoke. You can still see the smoke blow by every once in a while.
Mhm. If I remember correctly, Kithri has already checked this other door.
I thought I
Just
might have,
says
but I
that
don't
out loud
remember the result.
as he's already walking through.
For traps, yes, and she did not find any traps there.
Okay. So yeah, Tusk will then try to open the door. Doop.
All right, so you see it opens up into a room.
With
There are
staircase.
there's a little bit of trash in here. Looks like some small bones. Looks like some old dried blood. Lots of tracks, especially by the windows.
Are these stairs to the side? I'm not quite sure.
Yes, they are stairs going up.
Looks like we might be getting hopefully closer. And Tusk will start up the stairs.
Jen follows him with a clang, 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 clang. Wearing metal armor is not stealthy.
All right, so give me just a moment while I get this set for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, so stream, and what I'm doing is I'm adding them
And the
one by
world
one
is pitched
onto
in
the
darkness.
map so that they don't see the whole map.
We get to the top. It's just a nice view. Nothing there.
There we go. All right, so now let's go with
Real
the
breathtaking view of all the lava and the mountains beyond.
there it is, line of sight and lighting. There we go. Nice. Why is this open? Close it. Closed. Okay. Okay, so give me I'll share the map, but don't freak out because I haven't added the light yet.
All right.
And you still may not be able to see anything because you're climbing up steps. So give me just a second.
Oh.
Those of you with dark vision should be able to see anyway.
Wow.
All right, so Genesis and Tusk, what can you see right now?
You can kind of see what
Like
looks
a
to be like a
little-
hallway, maybe a door there in the corner,
Okay, so you
some
can
circle
see
thing off to the left.
up the top of the steps. Okay, good.
Hmm.
Right. All right, so there we are. Go ahead and move yourselves up the stairs.
Would help if I selected the character, not move the map.
Krek and Kithri you should be able to see as well. Damn it, Jim. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, I can see.
There we go. All right,
So
so as you
kind
come up here again, you see signs of people have been in here a little bit. The circle over to the left or northwest is a circular staircase. There is you are in a short hallway that ends in a door, and then to the northwest is where it opens up into a room. You see some arrow slits, and you see the staircase. K3, are you able to move? Okay, cool.
Yes. Sorry, I
Mhm.
didn't. I was kind of waiting for. It's fine.
Tusk will kind of motion towards the door while looking towards the circular staircase, like trying to see if there's anyone possibly in wait for them. Kind of letting Kithri have an opportunity to check the door before he goes towards it.
Okay. Question. You said that it seems like people have been in here a little bit. How much is like a little bit?
So the first room you guys went into tonight has been unused for a long time. Everywhere else you've been has been somewhat used. The one you just left looks like it had several people in it, quite a bit. So this is more like the rest of the area. It's been used.
Okay.
But you also know that most of what you've seen in here has been spine devils and the Merox.
Okay.
All right, so what would you guys like to do?
Kithri, do you want to check the door?
Sure.
Thank you.
You gonna send me a roll, Sven, or shall I do it?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of typing, so go ahead and do it yourself, please.
While
Map
Kithri's
is
doing
too
that,
big.
Jen's just taking a lap around the room.
Mhm.
So that is at the top of the stairs, Genesis.
Okay. And so I guess. She heads back over here and then brings it over to Tusk, who also seems to be skilled in tracking things, and she's like, look at this, it looks like the hag's been this way. That is not her character voice. That is my other character. Look at this, it looks like the hag's been this way. That is still not great, but
Close enough.
she's not a raccoon.
What is it? And you'll look
Uh,
to wherever you're pointing out.
She there's like a nail in the wall at the top of the stairs, and she grabbed at something, and as she brings it over, it's like a piece of fabric. It looks like it belongs to the clothes that the hag was wearing.
Yes, that is a good sign. Tusk will try looking, like from there, start kind of glancing around, like either towards the door or towards like the hallway, see if there's any more potential signs that indicate which way she might have gone, or if there's like any more distinct signs that could further confirm um, from. Sorry. Yes.
So it appears that looking closer, it looks like the majority of the tracks go to the door and back.
All right.
It is a stone floor, and it's 2 stories up, so there's not a lot of mud or dirt to really indicate that. But with the roll you made, you're pretty sure majority of the tracks go back and forth between the door.
All right. Tusk will then kind of go to stand behind Kithri as she's finishing up whatever she's doing. First thief thing.
So I sent you a message, Kithri.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I am going to try to unlock it.
In Genesis, again, you see there are arrow slits. So this is, there's one to the southwest. I mean, not southwest. Yeah, southwest. That you would be able to shoot somebody crossing over the lava bridge into this section.
Mhm.
And
She is sure glad that nobody shot at us on our way over.
and the other 3 look out into the lava. The one to the northeast again overlooks the little patch of land that is there before the lava is.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Are you okay?
Why are you running away alone into the dark?
It's not dark for me. She's just taking a lap around the room.
Don't worry, I can still see her.
And until she disappears behind the staircase.
No.
Exactly. Okay, I cannot see her.
That's right. Yeah. You have been banished once already today, so there's no jumpy.
Yeah.
If anything, I should be more worried about disappearing, not you guys.
Plus, they never did get the flower crowns you promised.
She never promised them, but I will say that she made them. She just didn't grab them before she got unvanished. Because there's no way to track time, and that's my excuse. Next time we are not in a lava-filled valley, she can make you flower crowns if there's flowers.
All right, so give me a
looking forward to it.
Thief's Tools check. It's going to be a DC 20.
How exciting. Hooray.
And for those of you watching, I made a special Thieves
Yay for
Tools
plus 13.
skill for her. All right, so you hear a click. As you unlock that lock. The door does not open.
So what kind of check would you like me to make to figure out why I think it's not opening?
It's a pole door and you're pushing.
All right, so I put you another roll. All right, so you see that there's a very small gap under the door, per usual. These are not airtight doors.
Yep.
But this one, you notice over on the right side, there are a couple nicks. And so it looks like somebody was trying to stick something under the door and missed a couple times. So as you look and as you test it and look under there, you see there's something blocking the door. So you could take a knife or dagger or something and put it under the door and push it out of the way.
Okay, I will try that.
Yeah, so like how we used the spikes to barricade the door when we were hiding.
Correct. All right. So you see, you are able to put your knife under there, push it to the side, and the door is opened. And you see quite the sight before you. Go ahead and move a little bit into the room. Be careful where you
Oh wow.
step, because you would probably
That
want to
is a
watch
lot
where you
of
step.
color.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Is it like a little miniature like clay rendition of Nashkel or something?
So if you zoom in, you can see your DM spent way too long, much too many hours working on this section of the map.
It's so cute.
So detailed.
I gotta get the stream eyes over there. You can go ahead and move down a little bit. But yes, you see, so basically what you're looking at is exactly what you're looking at. There is a huge diorama. By huge, I mean it's 20 feet wide by about 15 feet north and south. And there are runes all underneath it, a couple larger runes, some smaller runes all around it in different sections. And then there are also other runes around those. There are triangular runes. And then there are 3 much more fancy runes set in a certain special pattern. And you see where those 3 are 3 candles that are set pointing at the map, with their handles pointing at the map. They are giving off blue light, and they're set at each of those 3 points. By zooming in, do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes. I understand what you're talking about.
Right. And if you haven't already, like I said, you may want to move down so you can see all the way to the wall, to the west wall, where
I
it
am
stops.
saying that there are magic circles there, and maybe we shouldn't step on them.
Yeah, I want to look at them. I want to study them.
Right. So you can go close to them and look at them without stepping on them if you want. You see that most of this stuff in here is done to be permanent. So some of the darker ones is some sort of paint. The larger, darker circles might be some sort of paint. Could be blood. Could be a combination of the two. Some sort of ink, maybe. Um, the smaller ones are carved into it. These fancy ones are made out of carvings and jewel dust, gem dust. The triangular ones are made of the same ink as the large black ones. And it looks to be, from what you remember, a somewhat accurate rendition of Nashkel. So you have the big marketplace where you guys saw the total vendors and met the general marketplace where they come and set up their random stuff. The arena is over here with the large temples that are close by the arena. You have the entryway down here, the gate. And again, you guys can zoom in as close as you want to where you
Appreciate the masterpiece.
I feel so bad that we're probably not spending the whole session in this room. Like,
I mean, you never know. Sven
so
may
much
force
work.
us.
The door, as we all make it through the door, it closes and we can hear the sound of wood being scraped up against it.
I mean, we just need Tess to ram it down.
So speaking of doors, you do see that there was a piece of wood on a pivot set to where you can push it easily aside. Otherwise, you can't open that door. Um, they probably had something on their shoe or did what you did, bend down with a blade and push it aside.
I want to cast Detect Magic.
Oh, it's the wrong one.
And sorry, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
So the blue lights are Tusk can tell they're magic. So there's definitely magic in this room. Also, there is some sort of ambient light coming from above the map. So if nothing else, there's at least light. Okay, so yes, there is magic. You're almost blinded. All the different colors, all the different things. It is clearly highly magical. Some of them you recognize. It looks like that a lot of it has to do with transmutation. Some of it conjuration. There's also enchantment to on the lights. And there's some part of the weaves and things you don't recognize even. But it's clear that this is a very magical space.
Okay. I mostly just wanted to figure out which schools of magic it was.
Can Crick like study some of the symbols?
All right. And what symbols are you studying and what are you hoping to find?
I guess one of the outer ones with the candle next to him. Like the
All right,
square
so
one.
here's this. All right, so it looks like these were made. There are some that it requires 3 people standing in these circles to do whatever it is that they're looking to do. I mean, on these squares.
Mm. I truly wonder where the hag's allegiances lie. If it's alone, or if it's whatever Hector was planning.
Didn't we find a book saying that there was a group of people coming here to do something with this?
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, let me
but
find the book.
but I don't think it says unless you found something else, Genesis. But I don't think it said who was coming. Just people were coming in a few days.
K3, you have a roll. Wow.
They said, and I quote, everything will be ready by the time they arrive. They're supposed to get that, and this is Mantha speaking, but I should say it as Jen. They said there's going to be a delegation to the tower on the 21st day, and that everything will be ready by the time they arrive.
Well, I'm glad we're here to put a stop to that. Whatever it really is. So, I guess correctly fulfilled our promise. We showed you the magic tower with weird magic shit. I hope you have fun, but really want to find that hag. I was hoping she would be in here. Maybe she went to the top of the tower. I don't know.
Jen moves a bit closer to the thing and kind of crouches down to get a closer look.
It is very hard to tell, but you guessed that to be correct.
Hey, I think this might be like real time. Like, look at the boats; they're moving.
Huh. And Tusk will look at what she's pointing out.
So you don't see anything happening, but over the next minute or so, you do see that it does. The ones that aren't docked do move slightly.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. This is supposed to be something that could affect the town from a long distance, right? Amplify magic or something.
I'm so scared to check out. I don't want to crush any buildings. I don't know what'll happen.
I mean, if that could have had an effect, I bet that hag would have done something by now. Probably has something to do with these circles needing to be filled.
Probably, but I'm a bit scared to step on them, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I would offer to step on them. I mean, I am offering, I guess, if you really want to test that, but I doubt anything would really happen with someone not magical like me. I mean, I got a little thing, but That's nothing on your guys' scale. I see like kind of motions towards the rest of the party.
He's got a cantrip. As player Mantha's looking at us and realizing there's 3 magic circles and we have 3 spellcasters in the party. Oh no.
There's more than 3. It's like small ones. It's like 2 more small ones.
Well, I mean, if the 3 fancy
and then
ones.
there's some triangle-shaped ones, and there's 2 big circles.
Okay, the ones that are etched into the ground. There's oh, I've got. What school of magic are the ones that are carved into the ground?
So you're talking about the small circles that are the actual circles? Those appear to be some sort of enchantment and possible divination.
What about the, I guess the square ones? Those are painted, aren't they?
Square ones are carved in and inlaid with gems and gem dust. And it's part of divination and conjuration, and then other things that you don't recognize.
Okay. So, while all this is very interesting, we still haven't figured out where the hag went.
Yeah.
And that should,
We do have another area we can check. There's staircase leading up.
That's true. And, but this door was barred. Well, maybe it was done from the other side or something.
I know. Also, I'm not convinced that the hack couldn't just teleport out of the room, like how she teleported away earlier.
With that in mind, Jen kind of looks up at the ceiling to see if there's any magic circles up there.
You do not see anything.
Well, we can check the other staircase.
So those of you watching on the stream, all these little details, things like this.
Sure, there will be plenty of time later for you guys to have all the look-see that you want.
Yeah.
Little awning here, the bushes.
And Tusk kind of starts to head out
the hay
towards
bales
the staircase.
Over here.
Is there? Okay. Never mind.
All those things are all
Wait,
little details
why is
I
there
added.
an arrow on the map?
I was just talking to chat, explaining that all the little hay bales, the bushes, the little awnings on some of the trees. On around some of the houses, little pennants streaming in between the streets.
Okay. Oh, that's weird.
All those
So I'm like standing.
things.
So I think I'm standing by the staircase, and I'm looking back, and I can just like barely see into the room. And what I can see is like lit in a blue light.
Oh yeah, that's the candles or whatever.
I don't know. I just didn't notice it before.
Yes, Craig left.
Yeah.
That's why, because he had a light spell, so he overrode everything else.
Okay, that makes sense.
His spell is stronger.
Also, it's a bit weird on the map because like I can still see people's icons like in the dim light, but I can't see the dim light at all. It's just pitch black.
Weird.
It's like it just is
That's
bright light, even though, but I can still see tokens in the dim light area. It's really weird.
Well,
You can
here
see shadows
we'll
in the dim
move
light.
out of the dim light, so you won't have to worry about that.
Like, yeah, I can see Genesis and Kithri right now, but I can't see like the ground at all where they are.
Don't worry about it.
It's just a bit weird.
All right,
It's
so I was
not like
wondering.
major.
Oh, hey, Broken Mold. Just saw you. I
Before
don't
we
know how long you've been
leave,
here.
I don't know. Player Mantha really wants to see if there's a way we can like tell if somebody's been across the room, and I'm looking through my inventory to see if there's anything.
I'm sorry, you want to know if somebody's been across the room?
Basically, like seeing if there's a way that we can tell, like, after we've gone up the staircase, if somebody like enters or leaves the room. And I'm not like talking about like the alarm spell, but more like something that'll get disturbed if the door moves or something like that. So I'm looking through my inventory for something that would work.
Fancy rock. A fancier rock.
So are you leaving the door open?
It
I mean,
was closed when we got here, right?
It was also locked. And there was stuff pushed under it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gus is just kind of waiting over by the staircase for Jen and Kithri to join them. Being patient, just to let them do what they want to do.
Are you going to set the stopper again?
I mean, if it's possible, yes, but I was under the impression that it would be very difficult, if not impossible, to set it from the other side. But I guess...
No, you said it the same way you undid it. You stick the knife underneath and slide it back over.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reset it then.
Okay. So it's unlocked. It's just you have to, if you push on it, it does not open.
Yeah, I don't really see anything that could work, so we're just gonna keep going then. I'm like, maybe if I sprinkle some spices underneath the door, they'll move. Nah.
All right, so you're going up are you giving up on your idea of setting some sort of visual marker?
I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I can't think of anything, so we're just gonna keep going.
All right, so you guys go up the stairs. I'm not going to have you pull up the map. You're at the tip of another tower. I'll actually go ahead and share this map with you if I can. There we go. So you are now at the very top. You can, and that section up to the top is spatially correct. So you see about 20 feet over to your west is the other tower you guys were where there were ballista. There is a ballista up here as well. And then about 100 feet away is the other tower where there was the other ballista as well.
Jen looks up at the ceiling.
There is no ceiling, it's sky.
Oh, there's... Okay, cool.
She looks up at the sky.
I'm looking for a magic circle hidden among the clouds.
And for the record, the player map looked exactly like this, just black and white. All of them did for this whole burning keep.
Wow. Sven's putting in the work.
He's doing the work, guys. And we love him for it.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
So didn't
Well,
So it is clear
Jen?
that people have been up here. We see the ballista has been moved. There's the stuff for the ballista, the bolts for the ballista are relatively newer. It can turn 360 with a little bit of effort.
but there, how would she have gotten away? Because, and Jen's kind of just mumbling to herself, like trying to figure out the problem.
She could have literally just ran away, possibly trying to link up with her allies, come back with more people, and or she's just hiding somewhere here still, biding her time. I mean, she could turn invisible on the annoying little witch.
Not me over here wondering, like, I've got a stepping nail. I could just pop over to the other tower. And then I'm like, wait, no, the rest of the party couldn't follow.
I mean, Tusk could.
You could jump.
Yeah.
Stand up on the edge and jump.
That would
Go
be
for
fun.
What's the worst that could happen? It's only lava down below.
There's only lava below us. Really wishing I didn't use the locate creature scroll already.
Yeah. Used the one time and then I've been missing it ever since.
Even though I haven't used it up till now. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll save it as for like a special occasion, and then just didn't.
Tusk
Now
will
that
like
I'm-
look off from the tower and like look
mean,
to
to
the
be
surrounding
fair-
area, see if he can see indication of things moving, whether it be a stray devil or like flying around or anything that they can just see from their current vantage point on the surrounding area. Nope. Well, that's average, but so nope.
All right, so you look around again. This high up, you still do smell the fumes from the lava and such, and it's somewhat almost mesmerizing at times as the magma slowly moves and pops every once in a while, and it's like watching fire, but on a much like a lake. So you don't really see anything else of interest besides the cool looking lava. And Genesis. So as you've been looking for different things, going up through here, and you realize that with all the fiends that have disappeared, one reason why that would happen is if she was not on this plane, and that some things have the ability to plane jump or planescape, and it's a spell, high level spell, and it's one that I think a bard can cast, but it allows you to either teleport to a teleport circle or teleport to another plane as well. And if she did that, then she would no longer be on the plane and would not be able to then have control over any fiends that she had summoned.
Okay.
So you're guessing she may have done that.
Well, as player man that doesn't know enough about that, I'm just gonna say that Jen repeats that back to you guys.
So like the plane of fire, the plane of water, plane of earth, somewhere else on this plane, one of the 9 hells.
Okay. If she comes back, does she come back to the same spot or to wherever's equivalent in the real world to where she moved?
Just be whatever she desired or knew about.
It's a percentile for the spell, and you try to aim for where you want to go, and then it depends on the luck. You almost always go to the right plane, whether or not you get to the right location, unless you're using a circle. If you're teleporting into a circle, then that's definite. If not, then you're just sort of guessing and hoping for the right place.
So, in theory, could she aim for one of the teleporting circles that are here from the other plane?
So far, you've only seen one, but the answer is yes.
Okay. Well, we don't know if she has any of the others set up. But I
I'm guessing there
I
are
think
one of
Jen.
two ways things are going to probably come here based on what you're telling us, Jen. Either they're all going to come in through that circle in the basement, which at the very least I think that Elder Hag will probably come back through there eventually, or they're going to go someplace farther and then come at us from the front like what we did.
Yeah. So we don't know if she has any more magic circles. We do know of that one. So if she ever decides to come back, which she probably will, she could aim for that one. So we could set a trap, or if we really wanted to, we could, I guess, destroy it, and she wouldn't have anywhere to aim. But I think either way, we have a very low chance of actually being able to find her.
Yeah,
Low
but
chance is better than no chance.
honestly, I'm guessing she'll probably come back with allies. Those ones she mentioned in her book. Yeah, if we're lucky, hopefully on that day. If not, sooner.
Well, that's in. Actually, I don't. Did we talk about weeks in this world? Because we haven't really talked about it before.
Well, we talked about it when we first discovered it, but that's been a while. So let's check it real quick. It's currently the 16th, and so
so
the
that would
21st
be
is Saturday. So we have like a week.
We have about a week, which, unless she finds a way to, I guess, send a message to the other people, like, we know that they will probably arrive then. We could wait for them and guard the magic circle to make sure that she doesn't come back, or that we know that she's here if she does. We could leave and come back, but there's the chance that she will come back before us and get prepared. I'm basically just going through scenarios in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else take the floor, please, because I don't know what to do.
To kind of hop on one of your ideas, there's a possibility that her and her allies will show up all through the circle, or some of them will split up through the circle while others come at us from the front. They may go and raise another army of devils, though I don't have no idea how long that takes, and come and attack. I'm pretty sure for the amount of effort that at least I'm noticing that they put into doing here, they are going to want this back. But I don't think she's the type of enemy to just go in without a plan. She'll probably come at us with some kind of plan, some kind of backup at least, to try and get us down. If we're going to plan an ambush, they'll probably be planning some sort of trick to also get at us at the same time. So something to be aware of.
Okay.
I was thinking of, regardless, waiting, like if we had caught the hack, of waiting for the others to arrive as well to deal with them then.
Before, I mean, you're right. But if we're going to be slipping into the other accent again, but if nope, shit, that was more. But if we're going to be waiting here a week, why? If she's getting reinforcements, why don't we do the same? We have allies, and we have a week for whoever to get here.
Yep, I think we
Does that
certainly
make
could do
sense?
that. Oh, totally understand. I think we certainly could do that. I think we have enough time to, if I remember correctly, there's enough time to go to Nashkel and come back within this span of time. I think we're that close. Like, it would take a couple days, but I think pretty sure we're close enough to be able to do that if we wanted and be back by the 21st or by the 20th.
There's always the chance that she'll come back before then, though.
True.
But I do. And I think, again, she's kind of like mumbling to herself, like not really anything like coherent, but just kind of saying things out loud so that her brain hears them better. So,
Okay,
I
actually,
guess...
question, because Nick does not remember. Can you contact people from a distance?
Me?
Okay, do you have the sending spell?
Don't think so.
Okay.
After a long... Wait, sorry. I know Bard you can't, but when can you change spells as a cleric?
Pretty sure that's over long rests.
Correct.
Okay, so I could look through the cleric spell list and see if it's on there, and then we can just kind of take a long nap, and I can study some spells, and if we want to do that. Yeah, because of the bard thing, I always think like, oh yes, my spells are set in stone, and then like they're not, and that's weird to me.
All right. Well, I think before that, real quick, because something I just remembered, we still got a demon in the basement, or whatever
We
he
do.
is in the basement. Fiend.
And
Hopefully he's still there.
to answer your question, is you're about a day and a half from Nashkel.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Are we? I know we were at Jasper Moon before here. Are we closer to Nashkel than Jasper Moon?
Yes.
Okay.
This is almost directly south of Nashkel.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just looking through spells to try to find out which ones I can use.
Fair enough.
All right, so you guys still standing on the roof, or are you coming back down? Do you want to look at the
Tusk will head
diorama
back.
some more?
Yeah,
Tusk
we'll
is actually
probably go
going
down
to
and look at
come
the
back down.
diorama.
Tusk is going to be. So I think the fiends that was trapped in the basement. Not sure if he's going to still be there or not, but he might have some answers. So I think we should might be a good idea to check on him while he may hopefully still be around, and or he might have left or be gone with the rest. But I'm gonna go give it a look. If you guys would like to join me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading a spell. Can you repeat that?
big demon, the big fiend in the basement that was trapped.
Go check on him.
Yeah, he's gonna go check on him and hopefully talk with him. We shall see.
I'm going against a DC.
So, Kithri and Krek, you also have rolls.
Oof.
Good.
Oh my.
Oh no.
So both of you remember, if you're not mistaken, if this is a force cage, which you think is what the spell is, it typically lasts an hour.
And it's been... I know it was like half an hour before we went here, so it's probably close.
If not already passed.
Well, I mean, like,
It has been
we
over
don't
an
think the
hour
hag is
for you.
here.
Guys, in the chat, it has been over an hour.
So we should probably head down.
Yep.
Alright, so did you want to check the diorama again? See if anything has changed? Or do any of you have any kind of means to... I mean, are you just gonna... Did any of you have anything to try and draw it? Or sketch any of the runes? Or you just
Oh,
leaving?
that would... Leaving Sven's hard work in the dust.
So do you just... Yeah, everybody still has the upper level map open, so you guys can move around as you want. You should be able to open and close the doors you want as well.
Okay. So, as we've been doing things, I did think of a way to figure out if the door had been opened or not.
Sorry.
This is me making up things. But I have
Great.
ink, and we could use like a piece of fabric and nail it to the other side so that it would basically like dip a piece of fabric in ink, and then so if the door is opened, it would leave like a trail. But I don't know. I don't know if that would like actually work.
I don't know.
But
It would
now that
probably
I'm
depend on
thinking
how.
about it, she's in another plane, so it really wouldn't help.
Yeah.
So while that probably wouldn't work because the ink would dry, what you could do is if you put a bubble of ink there and let it dry, then if the door is opened, the bubble would, put a little circle of ink there. Then if they open the door, it would be apparent. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Put a blob of ink, and
Okay.
it's solid, and then if the door breaks and closes again, it would have a crack.
Ah.
Or you do the hair trick. Could also do the hair trick, put a string of hair over the top of the door or by the handle, and then if the door is opened, the hair falls or it's broken.
That's true.
Yep.
Kithri would know about that one.
Well, it doesn't matter because she's on a different plane of existence. But hey, now we can think about that in the future.
If you're right, it could be something else. She could be in a room with you right now.
She could, but I do have detect magic on, and I think if she were invisible, I would see that.
I'm so
Or at
stupid.
least
I
know.
thought people were going downstairs on different maps, so I thought I thought we got moved up the tower, and I was waiting to be moved on the other map. I didn't realize it was still the same map.
Oh no! Like so,
That's why he
that's
said
what
the
Tusk wants to do, but he's letting
overall.
you guys do your thing first if you so wanted, because this is obviously very important.
See, my other thought was to make you guys shrink you, and then make you move around this map
I
as
spent
you
so much
wander
time on it.
around
You
Nashkel,
better appreciate it.
drown in the river.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, as soon as you step on it, you shrink, and then you're just kind of in the middle of the water because that's where you stepped on it.
All right, and and by the way, let me turn off the light spell, Crack, so you can see what they're talking about.
Okay.
Lighting, click, token vision, token light, click, other light, boom.
Ooh,
So the rest of the room, the rest of the, like I said, the rest of the city is still lit, even in darkness. But you have the 3 candles doing blue light, and then the city itself is lit in like a normal ambient light.
question. What time is it? I know it says the time on the calendar, but I'm not sure if that's like right. It is right. Oh.
So it's 4:30 ish. Again, you wouldn't really know this, but it's dark outside still.
There's no sun to measure the time with.
But you would have an idea. It's basically about that time.
Okay, so it's still dark outside, but I guess the thing that I was like, well, is it lit during the daytime and dark during night? But like that wouldn't make sense. But now we know it is dark outside and this is lit up. So
you do not see anything within the city that's moving, except for, I mean, you don't see any people, you don't see any carts, you don't see any wagons.
so it's like structures.
Correct. The
But
only
there
thing
are
that's
boats.
there are ships and boats in the harbor. Correct.
So basically, large constructed things are there, but other things aren't. Except hay bales. Hay bales and trees are very important, guys.
Yes, like I said, there are bushes, there are pennants. I mean, there are small things there as well. So size doesn't seem to be the issue. The trees have leaves on them. The bushes have leaves.
Well, we could spend all day staring at this. And from how much work Sven put in, maybe we should. But there are other things to do.
We can have a search, like highlights. Can you find the man looking through the?
Okay, are there any men around the place in striped red and white shirts? He owes me money and I need to find Waldo. Like,
All right. So again, while you're in this room, are you going to do anything? You guys have made it clear that you don't want to step on any of the squares, but did you want to try anything else or do anything else with any
I
of the
want to
etchings or anything else?
I want to study them pretty close, or the ones that I haven't looked at yet. Just over the. You said we're taking a long rest, or what?
we
I
were
was saying
gonna
rest
head
yet.
back down to the basement.
Oh, so why are we back here again?
We just so you guys could take another look and do any last things you want to do with this before we went
Okay.
downstairs.
Well then, never mind then. If we're not
We
taking
can
a
always
rest
just come
here.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Alright.
Well, I can't think of anything in particular to do. So if anybody can, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we should probably head back down.
All right,
Gus
so
was
to save
just waiting
time, you
anyways.
guys get down to work your way down. Takes about 10 minutes to get all the way down, back down to the third level, or from here 4 levels down. It's the second level underground, and the force cage is gone,
Hmm.
and there's nothing there. You don't know where he went. There is no note.
No
Oh,
note. Cargon!
there-
He could have died. He could have been seen.
To be honest, I kind of expected this, but
Yeah,
oh
I
well.
mean, me too.
Yeah. I mean,
Still,
when you
know
mentioned
for
that
sure.
the possibility that they all vanished when she vanished, figured he might have left too, but I don't know. He seemed more inclined to help us get at her than the rest. Albeit
Oh,
not the
yeah.
nicest guy, but
I guess the question is, do we think that when she planescaped, he did as well? Or is he separate but still like bound to her? Like when she left, he didn't.
well, I had a feeling that it was similar to the other demons or devils, whatever. That when she left and was no longer here to tie their essence here, or their them being here, then maybe he as well disappeared, went back to wherever he was from, and or he'll come back when she comes back, or maybe he won't. We'll see.
Well, this was a fun venture back down into the
Do you notice the
basement.
next to last paragraph?
Yeah, it kind of prevents them from leaving.
So until
So
it disappeared, even if she was gone and had no more control over him, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So does that mean that once it was gone, he would also follow her?
Well, not necessarily follow her, but be gone.
But yeah, be gone, I guess.
So that probably is actually why he was around so long after we had lost her. For when, even though we had, lost her.
I'd like to imagine that's why he didn't want to meet up with us and not because he didn't like us.
I mean, sure.
Sure, Jen. Tusk says, just patting her on the back.
My experience, fiends seem to be just very hateful creatures. Though, maybe they hate me just because I'm trying to hit him with an axe, but who's to say?
That could be part of it.
I don't know.
Okay, well, at this point, have we gone through the whole thing? I know I wasn't here for one of the exploration sessions. So, have we explored the whole place?
To
As
my
far as-
knowledge, yes, we have.
Yeah, I just shared
My
the
knowledge as
upper
well.
map with you, and you've
Yeah.
explored everywhere in the upper map.
Okay.
Alright, so,
I'm
real quick.
fairly. Well, I don't know how long it's been since our last rest, but like, for the purposes of getting the sending spell, like, Jen is tired and would like it if we found like a good place to rest.
It's been just over 4 hours.
Feels like longer though.
Feels like a month. No.
You know what I also just realized? We have, well, maybe we will spend it doing things, but we have like a week of downtime and we just got some cool books. So
I say let's just look around, see what we can gather. If you guys want to spend the day like looking at the magic stuff, seeing what you can figure out, go ahead. I might stop out and check on the horses, make sure they're all fine. Maybe like bring them to a safer location than where we left them.
we could
While you do
probably
so,
bring them inside too.
into the keep in the middle of the burning of a lava lake.
Well, they wouldn't be visible if somebody wanted to. I guess if her reinforcements arrived, they wouldn't be immediately apparent until they got inside.
True. If they come that route, that would be. I'm just more. I'll be for sure to convince them, or try my best at least. I'll be right back then. And
Jen would offer to come with you if you want.
I mean, if you want to study the magic instead, this is what I was just going to do. Is while you were studying magic, or studying the books, but if you want to come, you can. I guess shouldn't take too long.
So what? So you guys are not heading back to Nashkel?
Not just yet.
At
I don't
least
think.
for now.
I think we're going to spend at least the day here. Let them do whatever they want to do. If they want to do more, if not, we probably could head back to Nashkel real quick and then hopefully, be back soon.
All right.
So actually, let me ask the party.
Where are you? Right now, you guys are down in the bottom part where the cells and the room with all the destroyed sand golem-ish people are, and the lava. Is that where you're staying?
Yes. Do you guys want to say the magic stuff more, or do we want to make a quick trip to Nash, or do we want to spend the day here and then make a quick trip to Nashkel to, grab any supplies, possibly some allies before coming back here to prep for whatever the hag and her allies might be doing? Or do we want to do more stuff here during that, or during today, or during longer than today?
Yeah.
You
I
guys
think
have to have opinions on this. Nick and I can't be the only ones making decisions.
I am of the favor of possibly spending this night or this day here to possibly look more, if you guys want to look more into this magic circle, see if you guys could figure out anything more about it. If not, and then we can rest for the night and then heading back to Nashkel for a quick trip. Or we could just head out now and then study stuff when we get back.
I will say, if we spend a night here, I will be able to send a message to Nashkel using magic. But we would also have to figure out who to send it to and what to say, because it can't be very long. If we wanted to do that.
What about the leader of the town guard? I wonder how he's doing.
I know we locked him out and that he started leaving, to my knowledge. We could probably catch up with him if we decided to leave now, with our horses and such. And then help him get back if we did so.
And we do know that after that, there is almost certainly somebody impersonating him as well. So,
at the very least, there's the possibility of such. Also, it would be I think it's less likely for them to immediately return, especially when it's going to take their allies so long to come here in the first place. So even if they were to come earlier, it probably wouldn't be more by more than a day or so. So if we left now, we would have a more likely chance of being able to go to Nashkel, do whatever we need to do there, like shopping and supply run wise, and then be back in time to prep for them. Than if we were to wait. Then there is also the hopefully helping the captain and the guard back. The more I'm talking through this, the more I am inclined to leave now and then come back real quick, and then come back as soon as possible.
I think Kit 3 is in favor of leaving now. Well, I'm sorry.
We also don't know when she's going to return. So there is the possibility that the hag is going to come back to the magic circle tomorrow, and she'd have time to prepare while we were gone, if that makes sense.
That's also true, but then it would just be her here, not her allies. I think if she were to return with allies, it'll take a few days. But if she were to come by herself, I think that would be all right for a short while, especially if we go grab potions, probably a couple more of those, find creature scroll, whatever you use to find her, locate her during the fight earlier. Maybe pick up a couple of those to help in case this happens again.
She's very good at avoiding us.
Yeah. I hate it when we find people like that.
We say, pointedly, not looking at Kithri.
Tuss
I
isn't
mean,
even not even Tuss isn't even doing that. He's not even thinking about it that way. It's more of a,
I mean, as long as it's on your side, you better be grateful.
And we love her for it.
Also, I'll throw this out here as we should not do this suggestion. We could leave someone here to possibly report back to keep an eye on the place while the rest of us are gone making our supply trip. But I think we should not do this because if anything were to show up while we have left one or more people behind, we would be down however many people leave.
Mm-hmm.
And that person may or may not be. Well, we may or may not be coming back to a corpse, if anything, if not worse. So it's sounding like
those
you guys
are options.
Yeah. It sounded like you guys aren't opposed to leaving now. Actually, I think Ashley, you said you were in favor of leaving now.
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
Well,
That was too quick.
Wait, what?
well, I will pretend I didn't see it then.
Oh,
Tuss isn't a magic person, so
yeah, that might be a good parting gift. Just in case she tries to come back and finish it sooner or ahead of schedule and do something while we're there. So yeah, I think I'll try to.
do you have a? So you're suggesting trying to destroy or alter at least. Are you? Do you have an estimate of how long that might take you? Like, is this it will take a week kind of to undo kind of deal, or is it a go and smudge a line?
Spend an hour and yeah.
I don't know. I am not
Genesis,
magically inclined.
From your detect magic, it is clear that all of this is linked.
Oh, so if we mess up one of the things, it'll make the whole thing not really work. Well, we could do that. We could fiddle a bit with the magic upstairs, because at this point it seems that that's probably how spells were cast in Nashkel, how the city was attacked before. That's our. It's most indicative that that's probably how it happened. So if we could prevent that from happening again while we're here, we might as well.
Or prevent something worse.
Or worse, you're right.
All right, then I'd say no matter how long it takes, you guys should do that. If you think you can. However, you see best to do that. But again, I'd say if you think you can, totally. To be honest, I'm a little salty towards magic things because that thing did not take to my axe downstairs. So I just thought it couldn't be destroyed. But if you think you can, that would be great. Actually, excellent.
Now, the sarcophagus in the other room does have certain runes and things. They're nothing like the stuff that's on upstairs. They're two totally different things. The sarcophagus is also much, much older, by a couple
True.
hundred years older.
Which would make a lot of sense, but also to Tusk, it's like magic couldn't be destroyed. Okay, we gotta find some other ways to deal with this. Fine. This is also magic. Okay, but if you could tell me you're telling me different, that's actually excellent. So, if there's anything I can do to help you in this path with my, expert level of knowledge in destroying shit, let me know. And I'll leave you guys to it.
So, I think
Actually,
Crack's
heading
probably.
back up to the model room.
I guess.
God, we're gonna get so good at stairs, guys.
Actually, while they three head up to the mall room, Tusk will go and check on our horses that we left outside. He said, "I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go check them, make sure they're all right. I'm sure Athena watched over them fine, but I like to double check. So I'll be right back." And Tusk will go to check on their steeds while I actually go to the bathroom IRL. So I'll be back.
Tusk checks up on the animals and takes a piss while he's out there.
He likes going into the lava, watching it steam up.
Probably smells so bad.
Probably evaporates before it even touches the lava.
Well, probably, but it cools for just a little bit and causes like little pebbles of pee.
What?
Right. So you guys are back upstairs.
I'm gonna say yes. I think Crack probably has to take the lead on this because he's the one that figured that out.
Yeah, I'll try to improve the circle.
So
Definitely.
It
improve.
takes
I
2
think
minutes,
I'm a fan
5 minutes
in
from there,
general of making small changes to things so that it
10 minutes back,
generally looks the same, but
5
obviously
minutes up there. So
I don't know.
10 minutes.
If we need to just
15 minutes.
destroy the whole thing, we could.
Dang, I don't think I could do that, but it'd be cool to because you said it wasn't finished yet, right? So once it was finished, what if I could like set it to just explode? That'd be pretty neat.
To your
That'd
knowledge,
be that would take some
you
doing,
don't see
huh?
anything that's not finished.
Oh, I thought you said there's. Okay, man, I'm just not good at paying attention. I'm sorry.
From Genesis, Detect Magic, and things, it appears that every single one of these runes, every single one of the circles, all the different patterns, the lights, candles, everything is giving off magic. So there doesn't seem to be anything that's not there or that needs to be completed, besides obviously casters doing something.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just try to make it so it doesn't work correctly.
All right, so are the three of you working together to try to fix this?
Fix. I mean, like, yeah, I think all of us have some
Alright.
amount of expertise. I
So-
will say, before we do it, let's make sure that we, like, draw whatever it's supposed to look like what it looked like before we
Might
fixed
copy
it.
it down.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so whoever is copying it down, I need a performance check. And what are you
So
copying
10.
it down with?
Yeah. I know I do have ink and paper in my inventory.
And what are you trying to copy?
I think
So if you zoom in, you can see the different complexity of the different runes. There's the triangle runes, the large circles that are mostly covered by the diorama and the model. There are the two circular runes, and then there's the three squares.
I think any of the ones that we are going to be modifying, and I'm not sure which ones we are, which is the thing.
Okay.
Craig, which ones are we going to be modifying?
So what I need from everybody then is look at your skills page, and each of you are going to be rolling two different skills. And you're going to tell me why that skill applies to this. And then if you get so many successes before you get failures, then you'll be able to figure out how to do this. So I'll just go down the list. I'll start with Krek. Look at your
So we
skills and pick
say
one.
2 skills that we're gonna try to use to modify this, right?
Before we roll, can I do guidance on Craig?
Well, this is you're going to be taking a while, so it's much more than a minute, so you wouldn't be
Okay.
doing a guidance. You will be able to do guidance later when you guys just decide what you want to do. So for example, Craig, you could say, all right, I'm going to use Arcana because this is well, obviously having to do with magic, so as a ritual caster, I might know a little bit more about this. Or you might say, I'm going to use survival because I want to look and see what areas of this have been worked on the most and traveled the most, looking at the tracks that are here and the things that have been left behind, and try to figure out how to do that, or how to blur the lines the best. So leaving it totally up to you guys to pick whatever skills you want and tell me how it's going to apply to wanting to destroy the work that's been done here.
Yeah, I was thinking Arcana would make the most sense because, like you said, it's magic.
All right, so Arcana is going to be 13. So give me a DC 13 Arcana check.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I mean, if you have inspiration or lucky.
Yeah, I
But it's also not a one time this is it. It's a skill test thingamadoo.
I'm really tempted to use that inspiration I have, but I feel like there could be
If
more
you want,
situations where it'd be more useful. But I don't
but
know.
also like hoarding inspiration doesn't do much once you have two
I
like
really
units.
haven't been hoarding inspiration.
Okay, if you want to hold on to it, I know like I have a bad habit of hoarding it because I have lucky as well. So it's like, well, do I need to?
Lucky refreshes, but inspiration is not as easy.
Yeah.
All
So
right, Kithri, what skill do you want to use?
I am thinking about using sleight of hand and deception to make it look like the runes are fine. Or maybe mislead them and think one rune is giving them issues, but it's not, it's a different rune.
All right, so give me a deception check. I'm going to say that is a DC 13.
Well, I can't fail that one.
yeah, you literally can't.
All right, so at this point you have one success and one fail. Genesis?
I think you said before that copying down what the runes would be performance, right?
Right, but that has nothing to do with what you guys are doing now. You're looking to figure out a way to alter it and break the magic that's happening. That's separate.
Okay. Do you want me to roll that first to make sure that I do that before we destroy it, or does it matter?
Like you said, you don't know what you're doing yet, so you don't know what to copy unless you want to pick something.
Yeah, I guess the square runes, are they all the same or are they different from each other?
The square runes are all the same, and like I said, if you zoom in on them, you see they are extremely intricate, and there are different words and letters and symbols overlaid on top of each other multiple times. As they are going to be extremely difficult.
So that's probably one of the ones that we're gonna have to do. I guess the circular ones, though, you said that they were painted on before.
So, and again, if you zoom in and compare the two, you can see what I'm talking about, the complexity of the circle compared to
Yeah.
the square. Because you guys can zoom in pretty much as close as you want to. Same thing with the diorama. You guys can zoom in. There are details all the way down. So no, the circles are carved into the things that are painted are the black ones, the triangles and the circles underneath. The small
Okay.
circles, unless you're talking about the large ones, the small circles are carved. Too small.
Okay. I keep on getting mixed up. Okay. I guess. I'm sorry. I'm holding up, everybody. I really guys, I'm sorry. I can't do good brain thinking. I think deception would be. I don't want to just copy, but that's the thing that kind of makes sense. Like we are trying to change things, but make it look like it's not changed.
Okay, so you're not drawing anything then?
I. You said before that we that she didn't know which ones to copy down, right?
Okay. So Kithri just used deception, so you'll have to use a different skill.
Okay.
Kid 3 has what? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
She wanted to use deception, but you just used deception, so she
Oh,
has to use a different skill.
sorry.
That's fine.
Yes, that worked, Nick. I don't know what you were testing.
I always do it wrong, so I was doing a test first to make sure I was doing it right. Give me a minute.
All right, so Genesis, what other skill you have?
Sorry, guys. You guys did Arcana and Deception.
Sorry, I thought deception was one
No.
that
It's fine. You're good at it. You're good at it. Don't worry. I guess. Could I? I don't know if that's right. I don't know how things apply. Could I do perception to see if there's like any like small parts that are kind of linked together to it that we might miss, like a hidden part of it that maybe they didn't want us to find? If that makes
Okay.
sense.
So perception, studying the whole thing, trying to figure out, using it with your, remembering what your detect magic was seeing, just trying to piece it all together and trying to figure out what, is going to cause the whole thing. If you're looking at a car, breaking out the door handle isn't going to do anything. Whereas if you remove one of the wheels, it's going to stop the car. So trying to figure out what piece to remove, and doing all that together with perception is a good idea. So go ahead and give me a perception check, DC 14. Tusk, did you get a roll for me?
Oh, sorry, I was checking Discord. Do you want both rolls, or just the one? Because there was two there.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, so Genesis, you pass. So we are at 2 successes and 1 fail. And we'll go back through that order again, correct? What is something you want to use?
So we can't use previously used ones. Insight would probably work pretty good, but I don't know how.
I mean, can I give an
Well,
idea of how insight would work?
what are your best skills, Logan?
Persuasion, but that one won't work. You can't persuade this into not working with words.
Persuade them that nothing was changed, obviously, but that's more deception.
That's my +9, and then my Arcana is +7, and then my Insight is +5. So I was gonna try.
Well, you
that.
could use insight to see like what was going on in their minds when they were doing this to figure out how it works.
Or insight to figure out which individual ones do what, so you have a better idea of what you're doing when you're screwing with it.
So the three of you are working together, trying to at least, and you can use persuasion to try to persuade the two of them to listen to you and
You could
follow what you're trying to do.
I failed my check. And I'm the only one who failed, so I don't feel confident in doing that.
Well, we have 2 successes. We've got room for more failures, so it doesn't matter.
That's
But also,
Wow.
you're an integral part of our group, and we care about you, and we need you
Guess it
to
could
work
So
with
this is
us.
all
be
happening at the same time. So it's not like they know that you failed, or you even know that you failed. You're all trying.
yeah,
You're all doing these things all at the same time, talking, trying to talk things out, figure out what's. Hey, I see this. I look at. Oh, look at this. What if we do this? So you're all spending time
history,
brainstorming.
maybe I've done this thing, but no.
I mean,
History
you've
could,
looked
History
at magic circles
is very
before.
good for this
yeah,
type of thing
cause
because
didn't,
you've studied this type of stuff before. So what do you remember
yeah,
about how you disrupt circles? How do you break them? How what and you want to keep your rituals from not from being destroyed. So what do you do to stop that from happening? And you can reverse engineer it, that type of thing. So
yeah,
history is definitely something you can use.
yeah.
And
I'll
Jen also
try
has the
history.
book that you can cross-reference
Yeah,
with.
I was gonna say, didn't we read a book that like described the effects of this? That would help too.
Perfect. All right. So especially if you're using the book, go ahead and give me a history check. It is a DC 14 with advantage.
Woot.
Woot, woot, woot.
Yoted.
Good thing I had
Yay.
advantage.
What? We didn't see
I
that
mean,
on the roll. Don't worry about it.
that still would
Did
have succeeded.
something break?
Yeah, you would have succeeded still.
Shh. No, nothing broke. I just knocked my
Okay.
water bottle over and it hit a
Oof.
plate.
All right. And then, Kithri, you said you were going to use sleight of hand.
Yeah, I wanted to use sleight of hand
Okay.
to
So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. This is going to be a DC 19.
I might actually fail it, guys. It's possible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely you. I mean,
It's
All right.
possible.
Genesis.
okay. So I guess because Craig didn't use insight, I will. I think from what we've seen of the hag that she really likes to like have hidden things and like
On the ceiling.
be kind of like sneaky about things. I think Jen wants to use insight to kind of take what she has already like kind of learned about the hag's personality and see like how she would like construct this from like how I guess like basically trying to take her character and like see like how she would go about this, like what things she would do first and last and which things are more important than others, like that kind of thing.
All right. So insight is going to be a DC 17.
I'm so glad we're good at things, guys.
Helps that we're choosing stuff that we're good at.
It does help.
I'm pushing you a roll, Tusk.
Right?
Meanwhile, Tusk is being amazing with the animals and taking a pee and all that kind of stuff.
All right, so give me a second, guys. Let me explain to chat what's been going on because they can't see the conversation we've been having. So,
Okay.
Tusk went out there. He found two
I mean,
bodies of
I can't
kobolds,
see any conversation either, so.
and they,
Exactly.
With
uh,
Tusk, yeah.
so he did
Well,
some
it was more of
survival
a terrible
checks
joke
to
about how you
find where they
can't
came from,
see when someone says things. You hear it.
and they,
That
I'm
was
just
terrible
really
joke.
bad at jokes. I'm sorry.
there. So, he did survival check, did really well. So he found that they came from the other side of the pass they came from, and they do not have any tribal markings on them. He's doing an investigation check and passed that as well. They don't have any tribal things on them and pushing him a medicine check as well to see if he can figure out how they died. Basically, what happened is they came. Athena, her familiar, alerted the horses, and they were watching, and they came, and when they tried to grab the horses, they were attacked, and the horses crushed them and killed them. There's a lizard there as well, part of the group too. So between the lizard and everything else, they killed them. All right, so that's what happened. Going back to the group. All right. So the three of you work together. Looks like the easiest way from the insight of how the hag works, although and from the way this thing is set up, the way that you can easily try to alter some of the symbols. You think the squares are pretty much impervious to anything you could try. You might be able to try to break some of those, but more than likely the easier thing to do would be to alter the large circles underneath the two maps that seem to be holding the magic that's tying it to Nashkel. And so using your deception, um, it is going to require blood
Ooh.
because you're going to have to make some of the ink that is used for this. So who is going to sacrifice some of their blood?
Greg is totally up for it.
Well, if he's offering.
Yeah.
All right, so you take 2 points of damage. You guys mix together the ink and the blood, and a couple other magical herbs and a little dust, and are able to come really close to, if not exact, to what you think is there. Once it dries, using Kithri's deception, you're able to then add to the line that's there. You also think you can break and add some carving to the circle. And that's much simpler. You just tell Tusk when he gets back to hit the circle with his axe. And while it doesn't affect what's already there, it adds a huge slash in the floor, so it breaks up the smaller circle that's carved into it. So Genesis, if you want to give a performance check to copy the small circle, you can. The large circle, you don't need a performance check. That's if you're just focusing on where you're adding lines to it, you can draw what's there and then make a note how you add it to it if you want. The smaller circle is more intricate and it will take a little bit longer. And that's going to be a DC 12 performance check to see how well you can do all the little squiggly lines and stuff in the small circle.
Oh, well, as long as I don't get a nat one. Ta-da!
All right, so as you do that, let's wait for Tusk to finish what he's doing.
Well, looks like I am just about done. I'm going to secure the horses, and assuming they'll be right back, I'm going to leave them after, patching up some. And I'll take those 2 bodies, and as I walk back to the keep, I'll just toss them into the lava.
Bodies? Wait, what?
Oh yeah, he decided to slaughter all our horses, by the way.
To be fair, I did start that with patching up the horses. Yeah, I'll just dispose of the bodies or tossing them in the lava as I walk back in.
All right. So Tusk comes back. He comes into the room. You see the 3 of them. They're talking and discussing different things. You see Krek cutting himself across his palm and adding it to a little flask that they're working with. They tell you to slam your axe across the circles, the gray circles that are carved into the stone.
And gladly. And he does so. There is like a little crack of thunder every time he strikes. He is not quiet.
All right. And are you going to say anything to them? Or are you guys going to say anything to him? Or are you guys focusing on what you're doing?
Probably try to be focusing on what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think when Tusk comes up, we're probably all like talking about something, and if he starts to say something, it's interrupted by, "Oh, Kithri, did you look at this?" And yeah. Like I think we're just very focused on the thing.
Yeah.
All right,
Tusk will wait
me,
until they're done.
Give me 3 percentiles in the tower, please.
Tusk
Each of us?
Everybody except Tusk, the 3 of you who are working on this thing.
Okay.
3 for each of us, or?
No, 1 each, please. Sorry, I wasn't very clear.
Did I drop those dice properly?
You did.
I saw 3 sets of dice roll, so.
I pushed my push to talk, which is my mouse 4 button, and it dropped, and I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, well, the good news is one of you got a 15.
Did I get a 99?
One of you got a 92, and one of you got a 99.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh! Can inspiration be used?
God, I don't want to know who did it, though. Like, that's the thing.
So you alter the magic and it blows up in your face.
We alter the
Can
magic.
I use...
Alright, so I push you guys a roll.
Oh my gosh! And I roll a 3!
Woo!
You know what? I'm gonna use lucky on that.
Or you could use your inspiration. I would have used my inspiration if I didn't succeed, but I rolled a nat 20, so...
Yeah, I'll probably use my inspiration. I've rolled too bad too many times.
Alright, so go ahead and... so it's Krek and Genesis?
Yes. What? I don't know if I can do it more than once, so
no.
The same
fine.
feat?
It's
No.
fine.
You have to use the second roll. Okay.
It's fine. I'll just get cursed, guys.
You can use one of my inspiration. Wait, I used to have 2, but now I have none. Okay, I lied. I don't have any.
Inspiration, but like, I've got good enough con.
You know, it's always kind of bothered me, like when in like shows and everything, when like there's blood required to do the ritual or something, they always cut across their palm, and that's like literally the worst place to do that.
Like you can just cut your wrist or prick your finger or like
forearm.
Or like do like a little cut across your leg. Like you have blood everywhere. You could bite your tongue if you wanted.
Like your palm, you need that to like grab stuff.
It's always bothered me. I'm so glad it's bothered other people.
But it's not as dramatic. Just dramatic.
Like,
The drama. The pathos.
just bite off your finger while you're at it. Like, that would be even more dramatic. It's like a permanent commitment.
See, you get it.
But I don't want to.
Oh no. Jen failed so bad she got kicked from the
She
game.
fell down the stairs.
Okay, so you wake up and you're on the floor. Tusk, you don't have your weapon in your hand. It's the first thing you realize. And you have a splitting headache. Give me just a moment.
She really did blow up in her face.
You have a splitting headache. You're not sure. It takes you a minute. You're disoriented and not sure what's going on. You see Krek laying on the floor next to you, about 10 feet away. You don't see anybody else, and you're not sure what's going on. Do you see sunlight shining through the arrow slits?
No.
Ooh, that means time has passed, guys.
Tusk will kind of stumble up and go to check to see if Craig's all right, while glancing around for his for the others / his axe.
Right, give me a medicine check.
Yeah.
Just a flat. You don't have to do it in the tower. Just to do a regular medicine check.
All right. Nope.
Oh no.
He's dead to the world,
4.
man. I guess we'll just keep his head as a reminder. No. No.
Where's that axe?
Yeah, where is that axe?
Yeah, so you're not sure what's wrong with him. He's not moving. He's not responding.
Okay. Other than that, he's looking around to see if he can see anyone else, but I don't know if that's probably have to pass because is checking while looking. If I can do more, I'll move to do more. If not, I will pass to the next person for now.
Yeah, you can. Like I said, you take about 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out what's going on with Krek, and he's unresponsive.
All right, I'll start moving back towards the room. Spot Genesis on down the stairs.
What is your passive perception?
I think it's 16. 16. Oh wait, yeah, I did come from like the other end.
All right, so as you go here, you see her foot, but then you also catch your axe is still in the room with the candles.
I'll be right back for that. And he will real quick go and check on Jen.
So it's clear she has fallen down the stairs because the way her body is laying, she's also unresponsive.
All right, Tusk will sit her up so she's not like at a terrible angle, like just on like the step, kind of leaning against the wall.
Better check whether her neck is snapped or not.
And yeah, just more check, is she alive? Yes.
All right.
No.
So, Kithri, you wake up, you're laying, you're very uncomfortable, your back is hurting a lot, and you realize that you're in one of the arrow slits, and you sort of push your way out. You see Tusk's axe on the floor, and but you don't see anybody else. And
I mean, I would say pick up Tusk's axe for him, but Kit 3 is like smaller than the axe, so that's not gonna happen.
and you are in a lot of pain.
Okay.
So that-
Do I have my stuff?
yes.
I'm gonna take a quick potion of healing.
All right, you should have it in your actions page.
I just took
And
it
just
out of
make
my
sure.
inventory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what is your passive perception?
Nice. Passive is 15.
Nice.
Yeah, I got max heals from that.
Yay!
All right, so you do notice as your vision clears and you drink down a potion, you're able to breathe a little bit better. You do notice that 2 of the candles are not lit, and the light over the city is out. But there is light shining through the arrow slits.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start sneaking around, trying to find everyone else.
All right, give me just a second.
I mean, if K3 has her earplugs in, then it shouldn't be too hard to find everybody else. They're just not where she expects them to be.
All right. Okay, doke. So, you can tell Genesis is alive, but she's unresponsive. Tusk.
Yeah, for now, I'll just have her prop her up against like the wall and the stairs, and then head back up to go get my axe.
Okay, Kithri, you hear some movement from the other room. Someone is approaching this room you're in.
Okay. Well, as much as Kit 3 loathes, this room is so small. Right, I have.
Lots of buildings.
They are. I think they're a little bit smaller than Kit 3. Okay, just a little bit. Kit 3 is small, but she's not that small. Ooh, guys, I have spells, and I almost never use my spell slots. I will cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, so you wink out. Tusk, you walk up and grab your axe.
Oh, it was Tusk.
You do not see anything in here. You do notice 2 of the blue lights are out, and as you go to leave, you look back and you realize, oh, okay, the city is dark as well, but again, there's light shining through all the arrow slits, so you can still see it. So you almost missed it, but it looks like only one of the candles is still lit. As you come back out,
Kit 3 just gonna follow him.
Tusk now goes to look for Kit 3.
Krek,
He'll
you wake up,
Oh.
and you're seeing double as you're trying to orient yourself. Again, you're not sure where you are. You're looking at a stone ceiling. There's a stairway right here next to you, and it slowly comes back as you sit up, and the room spins for a minute, and you see and hear Tusk walking towards you, holding his axe, and you're in a lot of pain.
Tusk is walking up to you, ready to finish the job.
And Tusk, you see Krek slowly sit up.
Tusk, for now, puts his axe away and kind of walks over to Krek, kneels down, and's like, "Are you feeling all right?"
No.
Kithri, you see Genesis propped up against the wall of the stairway. Her head's lolling to the side and she's unresponsive. There's some blood trickling down from her ear.
Ooh. I'll use another, my last, because I only have one more, my last regular healing potion on Genesis. Get her up.
Tusk is like telling Krek, I mean, Genesis, I saw down the stairs, but she fell down the stairs, I think, but I haven't seen Kithri. Honestly, I'm kind of worried she might have got blown out of an arrow slit. I mean, with how tiny she is, I feel like she could have easily been blown through one of those on accident.
So
That would
instead
be
of
no good.
instead of
Sorry, chat.
putting my potions at 0 and risking
Stream.
it
You're sure you know where
disappear, I
Genesis
put
are?
-1.
Yes. You also know where Genesis is. Genesis keeps hers.
Yeah, that's true. I can just use mine though, because I've had them for so long. I just don't use them.
Yeah.
I
Blow
don't.
dust off it.
You open it up and it smells stale.
Potions get stronger or weaker with
Sorry.
age.
There's a rime of grime around the edge of it as you pull out the cork.
Ew.
Here, this will heal you, or it's now an effective poison.
One or the other, we'll find out.
So I have her targeted. Will it heal Genesis? Yes, maybe.
Sure.
Does your potion actions say self?
It doesn't say anything. It just says heal
Okay, then
2d4
yes. If you have her,
2.
if you
Okay.
have her targeted, then it'll heal her.
Make sure I'm not targeted. Haha. Oh wait, never mind. I thought I rolled the 4 and 4 again. No.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you rolled
Alright,
two
so give me another
ones.
four-sider.
Yes.
Go.
Plus 3.
So 8.
Alright, so you do see that some of her bruises heal over a little bit and smooth out. She's still unresponsive. Krek, what
Okay.
are you doing as Tusk is coming over to you?
Guess I will attempt to stand up and maybe cast light, because I currently can't see anything.
That's right, I forgot you. Well, actually, you can because there's ambient light within the room. I just haven't set it up yet because there's light coming through all the 4 arrow slits in here. But give me a second. Locked. Lighting.
Whatever you guys did certainly did a number on us. The good news, there isn't a crater where the room is. It's just lights are out. I think I saw one candle lit. The rest of the lights and the light over the city was all out. So I think it was a success, at least mostly.
Actually, no.
He's like, well, it
But yeah.
doesn't look like it's working anymore, so.
I do want to take a closer look at it, but I don't want to like mess with anything. I just want to look. Okay.
I think you messed with it. You guys have messed with it enough for today. I'm gonna go check on Jen again and see if I can find Kit3. Hopefully, she just fell further down the stairs and I just didn't see her the first time around, and not through a window.
Oh no. I feel like
They're just
Tess is
casually
gonna go
invisible.
down the stairs and then accidentally kick her because he can't see her.
She would move out of the way.
All right, so you
Okay.
come to the head of the steps. You still see Genesis there.
Yeah, Tusk will walk to the bottom of the stairs, kind of like past Jen, just to see if Kit3 like bounced and rolled further down to the next floor. No, if he doesn't find anything, he'll come back up and he'll on his way up, take Jen and like kind of bring her up the rest of the way.
All right, Kithri, you gonna let him pass? Or you gonna say something or move out of his way? Shoot. All right.
The man's worrying about you and you don't say anything.
It's not really in Kit 3's style to say anything. When he starts heading back upstairs, she'll release the invisibility spell.
So you watch him go and just search, and then as he turns back after not finding you, comes to pick up Jen and just sees you standing in the corner.
Yep. I'll probably
Surprise.
squatting next to Jen.
Kid 3,
Hmm.
for future advice, after something like that, whatever the heck that really was, don't hide from your allies.
Hey, to be
Legit thought you
fair,
fell
Well,
through a
that's
window
why.
for
I
a second.
didn't know it was you at first.
Wait, how long were you hiding?
She kind of like turns away and like checks like Jen's like head again. Like no.
Starts whistling a little bit to herself.
We're gonna need to work on that. Here, I'm gonna carry Jen up the stairs so that we can meet with Krek. He's checking upstairs to see or to make sure
If
that what
we
you guys did
screwed it up
worked.
enough.
Yeah, he probably could use some help. If you want to help with that, I'm gonna be up shortly with her. Hopefully, she'll
Get
wake up
3
soon.
shrugs and then she heads up to go help with Crack.
And Tusk will pick up Jen and walk up the stairs with her to have her like leaned against a wall near where they are.
All right, so you guys are back in the room. Same thing, correct? One of the lights is lit, the other two are not. The light above the city is not lit as well.
But like,
I mean, we broke it. Just
so
maybe not in the right way.
yeah, I just wanted to see like if it's actually broken or if there was like a protective spell that we triggered or something. That's what I look for.
It appears to be broken, but just looking at it, the lack of lights and things seem to indicate that.
Good enough for me. I'm very low in health. Before you say just drink your potion, I'm saving it until like I go to 0 health, and so in case Genesis isn't there or something, someone can just dump it into my mouth.
I mean,
Okay.
even with her there, you might need to still use it.
You're never gonna let it go.
But side thing, before we got knocked out, the horses were fine, or steeds were fine. Got attacked by a couple kobolds. They dealt with the kobolds. I patched up one horse that got a little stab on it. Took care of the bodies. Didn't seem to be any more than the two of them. They didn't appear to be. Didn't seem to have any markings of being a part of a larger group. Tossed their bodies in the lava.
So,
But
Did Artemis eat them? Or was it the Lees?
Well, they were both hooved to death, but also I'm pretty sure Artemis took care of it for the most part, based off of
Dragon.
wounds.
all right, so what are you guys planning on doing at this point? Are you going to stay in here? I'll say for the sake of brevity, Tusk climbs the tower, looks up, and between him and Genesis, you guys are able to figure out it's about 10:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Oh wait,
Okay.
Jen's awake?
Jen is waking up at this point, yes.
Okay.
So it is time to conclude our adventure for today. But what are you guys planning on doing? Are you going to stay here? You're going to head back to Nashkel? What are you planning on doing?
We should
Thinking
head back.
we should probably head back, but also rest
I think
because after
maybe
that.
I think maybe our first point of order is to sleep.
Yeah, probably.
What do you mean? We just took a few hour nap.
Get it so that if we run across anything on our trip back, we won't immediately die. But I'm thinking head back, gather some supplies, maybe see if we can gather a couple of allies to come back with us, a couple guards or something like that. Or I doubt any guards would come with us, but we could see if there's anyone who might be willing to join us. Gather some healing potions or whatever else we feel like we need. Thinking probably try to get some of those detect creature scrolls again because those came in real handy last time, and then come back here to lay in wait for the hag and her allies to return. Because even though we have it destroyed, doesn't mean they can't come back and rebuild it. But it does mean that if they come back while we're gone, they won't be able to immediately fix it. So if this sounds all right with everyone, rest, go to Nashkel, do some
Yep.
shopping, come back.
Me as a
And
player is like, yes, that sounds good. But as Kit 3 is like, well, we may as well just head off right now. Kit 3 has been in very, very bad situations.
Jen kind of looks at her, puts her hand on her shoulder, and she's like, I need sleep. And leaves it at that.
All right.
Yeah, so that's kind of the game plan for next time. If that helped, hopefully that made sense, Sven.
All right. Thank you guys for playing. I appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
running.
DMing. Yeah.
We appreciate you for being a great DM.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to watch the stream, you can see all the intricacies of the map because I zoomed in a lot of different places to look at the map. It's one of those rabbit holes I went down and spent way too
Bold of
long
you to assume that I haven't already been
doing
watching
it.
the
So,
stream.
but again, thank you guys for playing, and we will see you next week where we'll pick up from here. I do have once Krek and Genesis to be thinking about long term. What is it that they want? Genesis, your goals have actually been met.
Yeah.
The only thing you don't have is the why you were bringing the ocarina. But you found the person who was supposed to get the ocarina, or the creature, I should say, and fulfilled that quest. Kithri and Tusk haven't fulfilled their ultimate goals yet, but Craig, I never got one from you, and Genesis. Now that that's done, what are you guys looking for long term? So think about it. Don't forget, with Nashkel, you all know as characters, there are lots of places for rent or for purchase. So if you wanted to buy a place, either as just a house or as a business, either singular or as a party, as a group, you could do those things. They are
Us
available.
settle down? That's crazy.
So that you would have you could have servants and people who work there and live there, keep it for you while you're traveling, have a base camp to come back to if you wanted to. Uh, do you want to, correct? Do you want to be a teacher? Are you looking to set up your own, your own magical tower somewhere? So think about it. I'll ask you guys next week. We're running a little late tonight, so I don't want to keep you up too late, but I will ask you guys next time we play. And thank you for putting up with me. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And I'll talk to the
You
I
stream.
say that like
hardly
it's
call it
hard.
putting up.
Thank you again for DMing. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, stream. Thank you for hanging out.
Honestly,
Like,
I
subscribe.
was like half thinking of. Never mind.
And if
I'll
you
tell
want
you.
to see what they want to do, if you want to see how they got here, look for Nashkel Homebrew on Spencer77 and YouTube. Hit my playlist. It's all there. Thank you. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.